Today we are in the Lanark Highlands. There's one, way out there. Beautiful quality common carp.
Located a school of crappie.
That's your biggest largemouth ever. That's a 40-inch muskie. Double header on walleyes. This is Orlando, Florida. Florida is a place I've never been to before, and when I was given the opportunity to come here, I couldn't pass it up. Back home it's cold, it's snowing, we were ice fishing just before I left. And we made a trip down south for a week. This is a vacation. The majority of the trip is going to be spent relaxing and having some fun. And I knew that when I came down here, I needed to do some bass fishing. I needed to catch a Florida bass. So I reached out to a guide on Instagram. I sent him a message saying, hey, would you be interested in taking me out? I'll make a video. He couldn't pass up the offer either. David Paycheck is a guide out of Orlando, Florida. He guides on Lake Toho, which is where I went fishing with him. It was the best largemouth bass fishing I've ever experienced and one of the best fishing trips I've personally ever been on. Florida is a wild place. Palm trees all over the place, tons of water, there's alligators, there's so many birds. It's hands down one of the coolest places I've ever been. Orlando, Florida is primarily known as the place to go if you want to go to Walt Disney World, you want to go to Universal, but there is some of the best fishing opportunities within this city. So I met David at Big Toho Marina around 7 a.m. on the first day of fishing. We had a beautiful sunrise in the morning, flat calm water, something that he said is kind of unusual. And I met him at the boat ramp for the marina and he launched his boat into the lake.
Hi, I'm David Paycheck. My guide business is David Paycheck Fishing.
We hopped in and we headed out to where we were going to go fishing.
We're going to be fishing with some wild shiners this morning. We got them right here. I picked them up from my buddy Jay. He's a catcher out here on Toho. He does it for a living, and we're going to catch a bunch of fish right away in the morning with the shiners, and then we'll switch over once the sun gets up to some artificials, some swim jigs, some horny toad frog, stuff like that. We're just going to have a blast. It's a beautiful day here on Toho. It's going to be 85 degrees, so let's do this. So there's a couple different ways to do shiners. I like to do free lining a lot. There's also, you can use bobbers. With the free line, I just use a tiny little circle hook with a little weed guard because the shiner's gonna wanna bury you down in the hydrilla. So you gotta have that to just prevent you from foul hooking all the time. So throw a shiner, just go through the bottom jaw and then one of the two nostrils come back out, something like that. And you just clip the weed guard back on there like that. You're good to go.
And then just cast out kind of anywhere?
Yeah, the size you got is like a perfect size.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of anywhere
towards the grass.
From like that, because that's obviously ripped up stuff on the loading surface. You'll mess up. You'll follow up. There you go. That's perfect.
Nice. I've never done shiners for bass. Never.
Either did I. Until I moved down here and I was like, shoot, every guide is doing it.
Do what works, right? There's a fish.
Got him?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Nice. Oh, he freaking just plowed that. Like he was just gone with it.
Keep going. There you go.
How strong's the line on this?
20 pounds. It won't break. It won't break. I got a fluorocarbon leader on there.
Ooh, he feels good, man.
Keep going. Yep. Keep going. He's got you in some grass. There you go. Look at that.
Nice, dude. That's cool, man.
That dope.
Woo! Woo! Check that out.
First Florida largemouth.
First Florida largie. That's a beauty. Let's go. Check that out. Look at that fish. Just a beauty.
Pick
yeah.
Up real fast.
Yeah.
There's a swirl.
Oh.
That's a nice one, dude. Look at that. Right away.
Dude, that's a nice bass.
That's a 4.5, 5 pounder probably. Here he comes, dude. Here he comes. Here he is.
David's got a nice one.
Oh, look at that, dude. Come here, come here. There you go. As soon as I threw out there, line just started running. Beautiful fish.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
Pretty fish. Yep, there you go. Oh, I got one too, dude.
That's so cool, dude. Woo-hoo-hoo! Check that out.
I'm like letting him eat it.
There you go.
Oh, it's a pickerel.
Oh, it's a pickerel. That's pretty cool, man. I've never seen one of those in my life. That's pretty neat.
Florida Toho chain pickerel. It's a cousin of like the northern pike, but this is about as big as they get. They're a cold water species, so they don't get that big down here in Florida. Yeah, look how pretty that fish is. Got nice spots and.
I think.
Yeah, it's a fish. Yeah. So lift up. Oh, there you go.
Oh my God.
Keep going. Oh, that's a giant.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, dude.
Look at that, dude.
Oh my God, dude. Biggest one of the day for me. That's a beauty. That's gorgeous largemouth. Holy. Could be a new PB. We're getting close. Awesome.
There's one right there. Look at that. He's running with it. One,
Oh,
two,
man.
3, 4.
Oh. How's it feel?
Feels like a big one, dude.
Does it?
Oh, it's not that big, but
Nice
still a nice
fish,
fish, though.
dude.
He grabbed it and ran with it. Come here,
Dude,
buddy.
it's just non-stop on this, eh?
Oh. Yeah, this spot has just been absolute fire. Like,
Nice.
beautiful Florida largemouth. Back into the fire. There you go.
Oh yeah.
I'm up by that grass. I think I do. Yeah, I'm gaining.
Dude, they're all so thick.
They're all fat fish.
Holy.
Look at that, dude.
That's a beauty.
There we go.
Nice. Awesome. Beauty. Show it to the camera. Woohoo! That's awesome, man.
That's dope.
That was awesome.
So like in the summertime, in the morning you can get away with the bobber, but then after about like 10 o'clock you got to switch over to free lines.
Yeah.
Because they'll just push shallow.
Is there a topwater bite this time of year? Oh, I got a fish.
Go. Oh.
Tell me when.
What you can do, Ryan, too, is when you feel them like that, you can even open up the bail.
And let them take it?
Yeah, just because I don't want them to feel the tension or nothing
Yeah.
like that.
He might be here. Yeah, he's there.
Right on the side of the boat.
Oh, he feels big.
Dude, that's a giant, dude. That's a giant. Open. Yeah, loosen the drag. Loosen the drag. Loosen the drag. Dude, that might be a gar, dude. Oh, it's a prop on the motor, too. Oh my God, dude. It's a bass. It's a bass. Get him over here. There you go.
Is it a nice one?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, come on. Oh, is that my biggest?
It's like, it's about the same size, I bet.
Oh, fuck, dude.
But look, these ones are different, though. See how they almost got like a bar thing going on.
Nice.
That's a nice
fish,
solid
man.
fish, dude. You're like, I think he's on there.
Yeah, I was like, he's got to be there. Beauty, dude. That's crazy. All right, I might get a photo of this one.
Yep.
You got one?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, wait. Just set it down on the side here. A little one, but not as big as Ryan's. Ryan's the pro, not me.
Hey, you put the big shiner on my bait.
I did put
Or
the
on my
bigger one. I
line.
did put the bigger one on your bait. Yeah. That's why I get paranoid. Oh, jeez.
Holy!
See, I told you he's bold, bro. Did you get that?
No, I was taking photos.
Bro.
Well, I got
he's
this
for
going.
this. Dude, he's gonna come back for it. He's
No,
gonna go
he's
back
not.
for that shiner, dude.
No, he's not.
Here he comes. Yeah, he is. Here he is. He's coming right. Oh, no. Here he comes. He's coming over your head, dude. Bro, he legit was like 4 feet away from your head. That's insane, bro.
That's so
did
fucking
you
funny.
Get that focus on that one?
Yeah, just now, yeah.
Yeah, the reason this spot is so good is there's a deep hole right here, and there's a giant spawning flat up here, and we got grass, and there's a break line. And what they want to do is they want to sit on that break line, so when we have a cold front come through, they can drop down into the deep water. And then when you'll have a warm day like today, when it's 80 degrees, they'll kind of push up into the grass, and they'll just hang out. And it's just easy access to deep water is really why they're here. So access to spawning areas, they got a lot of bait and stuff like that in the grass and whatnot. So that's why they're here. That's why we're catching them on this spot. It's a great spot.
I might have one right here.
Oh, he's got one now.
Nice one.
Not yet. 21 now. Oh, okay.
Beauty.
Hold on, 22.
22. That's another nice one. Oh, they're all so big, man. Like, that's a big fish when I'm fishing it back home.
Yeah, back in Minnesota, that's a quality fish.
Should I set it?
Go for it.
I don't think so. Nope. Jumper, though. Love a good show. Woo-hoo!
They're biting again. Look at that, dude.
Oh, yeah. Hook popped right out. Fuck yeah, dude. We caught a lot of fish that morning. I don't even know how many fish we landed, but it was a ton of fish. We missed a few others. We had an awesome time out there fishing together, just having fun. David is a super fun guy to be fishing with in a boat. It was just, like I said, one of the best fishing experiences I've ever had. We decided we'd head over to one of the other lakes. So we boated across Lake Toho. As you're driving across Lake Toho, there's birds everywhere. There's coots, there's cormorants, all sorts of ducks across the lake, and you're zooming through these packs of ducks on the water, and they're just flying all around you. And we came across so many pelicans. There's a bunch of pelicans out there. You're zooming down the lake, going through these pods of birds, and they're just flying all around you as you're zooming past. It's such a cool experience, super fun. He took us through some really tight, weedy areas with his boat, and that ride alone like takes your breath away as you're driving through pencil reeds, lily pads. His boat can handle that. It's something I've never done before, so the boat rides alone across these lakes is an absolute riot. So we made it across the lake and we pulled up to the lock system to head to Cypress Lake, and there is this wonderful lady who works there. She is so funny, she's so friendly, and as you're going through the lock system, you're just chatting it up with her, and you're in the lock system for maybe only 10 minutes, but that 10 minutes just flies right by. She's just such a nice lady to talk to in between lakes. It was super cool to meet her. So once you get through the lock system, there is this skinny canal. It's about a 3.5 mile boat ride from the lock to the next lake, which is Cypress Lake, and that's where we were headed. So we got to Cypress Lake and we decided we would search for some gators in the muddy, shallow sections of the lake. It didn't take long for us to come in contact with a few of them. These are big, big creatures. Some of them get 10 feet, 12 feet long. There's some small ones too, but a lot of them are big, they're mean looking, but they're so cool to see in the wild. I've never seen one in the wild before, so I was so stoked about it. We were taking photos and videos of these things. They are just such cool, cool creatures. That might have been equally as fun as the fishing. For a guy who's never been to Florida, never seen gators before, that had to have been one of my most favorite experiences and one of the highlights of this trip.
Big reptilian predators like these, you can't afford to make too many mistakes.
So this morning we were up on Toho, we did a bunch of shiner fishing, caught a bunch of fish, we caught a bunch of 5-pounders up there. We locked through, we came down to Cypress here, we saw a bunch of gators, we saw about 5 or 6 gators, and now the sun is high, the fish are pushing up shallow, it's about 85 degrees, it's nice and sunny, it's calm. We're gonna throw a bunch of black and blue swim jigs. Black and blue is like the main color down here in Florida. And then we just got a bunch of Zoom super speed craws that I take and I put on the back end of there. And we're just gonna take and run it through all this grass right here. And we'll catch a bunch of bigs.
This guy knows what he's doing out here on Cypress Lake. This is just awesome. We're about to throw swim jigs for bass. Tight to the cover. This is gonna be awesome. Let's do it. And this was pretty technical. I mean, you're making a lot of casts. You're casting nonstop, trying to pick out little pockets in the weeds, little lines in the weeds, and retrieving your swim jig back. You're not always gonna get a fish, but when you do, it's gonna be a nice fish. Unfortunately, I didn't land any fish doing this technique. I missed a few. I had a few on.
Oh. There you go. Get him. Get him. Yep. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Oh!
Got it. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
It's hard to get them through those weeds. Once you're hooked into them, even with 60-pound braid, it's not easy getting these fish to the boat. Oh, he freaking hammered that, dude. He didn't look big. Oh, he's in there though. Gone. Whew. He hammered that like a frog, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, throw through all this, dude.
Oh! Fuck! Was that a big one?
Yeah.
So even though I didn't land any, David did land a few. He landed 3 fish doing this technique.
Probably not biting my bait because I ain't got my chest, you know.
The fish want to be famous.
They won't be famous, yeah. There we go.
Oh yeah! Is it good in?
Yeah.
Do you want me to,
Catch up to him.
do you want me to net him? Here we go.
Little one, but
That's not bad.
fish though.
That's a beauty, dude. Good job. Fuck yeah.
I waited for a while for that one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh yeah.
Get out of there. Get the heck out of there.
It's not easy finding an artificial bite on this chain of lakes. These bass are so cued into bait. You have a lot of fun in the morning, and then in the afternoon, you're working a bit harder and you're trying for that big fish. It's cool that he was able to figure out a bite like that they're feeding on swim jigs in the weeds, and it's an awesome alternative to the bait fishing. You got one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Get out of there.
Nice, dude. That's probably 3, 3.5, maybe even 4.
Yeah, that's a nice fish right there, dude.
Fuck yeah.
It's a Florida strain. You can tell it's got like a bigger mouth here. If you grab it like this, see how it's got like that bigger profile of a mouth. You can tell these up north, they don't have these like bars like this. A lot of these fish down here, they got these cool looking bars and whatnot.
So that pretty much rounded out our day. We finished up fishing and we headed back to Big Toho Marina, and we had a couple shiners left. We had 2 shiners left, and we decided we would stop back at where we were fishing in the morning and try for 1 or 2 more fish. So we got our lines back in the water, and David hooked into probably the biggest fish of the day. It's probably a 5.5, 6 pound largemouth. Absolutely beautiful fish. Probably the biggest bass I've ever seen in person. It was a great way to end a super awesome day in Orlando, Florida. That's a stud.
That's an old fish too.
The next day I went back to join David in his boat. Today he has 2 clients. He has a father and a son. So we got there again bright and early, 7 a.m. Beautiful sunrise this morning, flat calm again, and the 2 guys started fishing.
Just just little circle hooks. You can throw the bobber in too. We caught one on the bobber yesterday, but it's been a lot better with the free line.
They were fishing with shiners again this morning, and it was exactly like it was the day before. It was probably better than it was the day before. They couldn't keep fish off the line. It was just fish after fish. So many fish were caught. These two just had a blast catching largemouth bass in Orlando, Florida, in Lake Toho. David Paycheck, he is just an awesome guy. He's so friendly, so fun. He's a great person to be in a boat with. He really knows Lake Toho. He knows those fish like the back of his hand. If you're looking for a guide in Orlando when you come down here, you gotta hit up David. He's gonna do the job. He's gonna get you on fish. It's an amazing time on the water. Now, doing the freeline shiner technique, you're not always gonna get bass. There's other fish in these waters. We did catch a bunch of chain pickerel doing this technique. We probably caught 4 or 5 of them. And on the last day, we did catch a big bowfin. I don't catch bowfin a lot.
Oh, it's a bowfin. Oh! It's a giant bowfin.
So to me, that was super cool to see the diversity of the species here and just see some new species that I'm not used to seeing. I've caught bowfin, but not a ton of them. I thought that was awesome to see that you're not only gonna catch bass, you're gonna catch a mixed bag of fish doing this technique here. It's top notch in my opinion.
I primarily guide here on Toho. I have a few other lakes in the Orlando greater area that I fish and over in Palm Bay, but my main lake that I focus on is Lake Toho. If you're looking to book a trip down here in Orlando, you're down here for Disney or just want to get out on the water and see some gators like we saw today, or some pelicans, or an osprey that I hang out with, or catch a bunch of fish, yeah, hit me up. You need to come book with David Paycheck because I am the best guide in Orlando. Hands down. I feel like I offer the best overall experience. I feel like I offer a whole experience where we took and ran around a bunch of different lakes. We saw gators today, we saw birds, like we caught a bunch of bass to start off the day. Yeah, if you want to take and have a day on the water, a morning, an afternoon, or a full day, please check me out, and yeah, we'll have a great day on the water and we'll catch a bunch of fish doing it.
I can officially say that I love Florida. I absolutely love it here. It's so nice, it's so warm, it's so sunny. Everything is beautiful. You got palm trees all over the place, birds everywhere. It's cool to see alligators in the wild. The fishing is amazing. There's so much to do here. This is such a cool place, probably one of my favorite places I have ever been to date. This place is gonna be on my list for many years to come. I want to come back here and catch a 6, 7, 8 pound bass and just have a really fun time out here. This was a trip of a lifetime. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe because we're dropping videos every Sunday. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.